What is going on, guys? My name is Orokaboss. Welcome to today's video. Now today we are taking dwarfs again, and we're fighting the mighty Tomb Kings. And Tomb King is leading by Scrible, one of the best Tomb King players out there. And this is one of the practice matches between us, because I think I lost to him like 2 games in a row with dwarfs, and then this is the 3rd time I charm. And this time I brought 4 gyrocopters brimstone guns. These guys are not anti-large, by the way. I always thought they are, but actually they are. Wow, they are anti-large now. Wow, is that a ninja change? Anyways, so now they are anti-large, which is good, and we have 4 of them. And for my main army, I have a really tight dwarf box here. Consists of Thorgrim, and we have the Great Book of Grudges, and we have High King, and then we have that. We have this Oath of Vengeance as well, alongside with a Runesmith, and Runesmith is rocking that Rune of Wrath and Rune and the Hammer of Kazarak. And on top of them, we have 1 unit of Dragonbacks and 1 unit of Giant Slayers. At the back, we have 4 Miners. At the front, we have 4 Longbeards, and that's it. That's my army. And now, we're gonna dive into the Tomb King's army. Consists of 2 SEMs, 1 Scorpion, and 1 Cetra, being perishable on a big kitty. And he is rocking a lot of spells. Incarnation of Protection, Incarnation of Curse Blade, and the rest of that. Surprisingly, no Unyielding Will. That's something I will always take on mandatory. Anyways, and then we have 2 units of Nekahara Horsemen. These guys are very underrated in my opinion. They are probably one of the best units you can get from Tomb King roster, because they are super fast. They have armor. They don't really have a lot of charge bonus, but they can still do a lot of the impact damage. And also they have decent melee stats to survive any cat fight or fighting infantry. And then we have heavy hitters with Shakti times 3, and all of them are rank 1. Very good. And then we have 2 units of skeleton archers, and we have a 9 of skeleton warriors, tomb guards. How many tomb guards? 1, 2, 3. So 3 tomb guards and 4 skeleton warriors. Now let's jump straight into it, as we already dive onto the archers with our brimstone guns. So the main goal here is to take out those archers as fast as possible, which is happening now. And of course the skeleton archers are firing back. But it's very good to get like a surround situation like this, and then once they're shooting at one of your units, and then you can just push into those bomb drops, which is nice. And just from the pure ammunition, those skeleton archers are dropping already. And also we got some stacking going on. We actually did a lot of damage onto Nekahara Horsemen, which is also nice. And now, incoming the bomb. I think the bone is gonna happen here. There you go. The bone dropped, which is awesome. And then we're about to drop some bombs here, I believe. There you go. And incoming the bomb. Perfectly positioned. And now those archers are really in trouble. This unit of skeleton archers are already disintegrating, and those are disintegrating as well. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to do some damage onto Cetra with 2 units of my brimstone guns. And he actually is positioning his Nekahara horsemen to guard those archers. So if I decided to go in melee with my gyrocopters, the gyro's just gonna die to Nekahara horsemen. So which I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna suicide my gyros, because they are very important. And I don't really want to just because just wasting a few more ammunition, I can get rid of them. So there's no need to invest my gyros in melee. And also I invest 2 of them to shoot Cetra, but now as you can see, Cetra casted that Incarnation of Protection, So I need to stop firing to him, which I didn't. Oh, now it's gone, so now I can fire into him again. And here, finally, Nekahara Horsemen decided to pull away, and exactly when they pulled away, I invest my gyros in melee. So that's a really good timing, by the way. And also, just continuously tossing the shots into Cetra, because Cetra on the big kitty is gonna be the most threatening units on this roster here. Because just Cetra alone can win the late game against Dwarfs. Like I had 2 games where like a Worst Thing and the Cetra on the Worst Thing just basically killed my entire army. That's no joke. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to do a little bit damage onto the Scorpion to have a feel about it. But then incoming another Incarnation of Protection. This time it's overcasted. So I immediately switched off Cetra and trying to set my ammunition onto more key important units, which is the Scorpion. But also, I'm not really investing a lot of ammunition because I still want to kill Cetra. Cetra is going to be the top priority. Here, Scorpion dived in, and all these guys have charge bonus, charge defense, so they're not going to take a lot of damage. But minus, they don't have charge defense, so they took a lot of impact damage. But now I need to fire all my, there you go, all of my gyros are targeting Cetra once again, which is nice. And then I casted that Rune of Wrath and Rune and Hammer of Kazurak, and I invest my Rune Lord and Rune Smith onto the Scorpion and also all my Slayers, which is nice. And pay attention that Scorpion now has no melee stats. They have 0 melee attack, and it's also very slow. And also this blob, Tomb King is just not gonna win. And then I'm just basically charging into those skeleton warriors to tie them up. But the thing here is that I have a really big gap at the back, which is gonna be exploited by my opponent by just charging in with Ushaktis, and also he chucking 1 unit of Ushakti through this gap as well, and into the flank of those Lombias. So very good, like these Ushaktis actually dive straight into the back of the Lombias, and it's gonna dish a lot of damage, and there's nothing I can do about it. But the good news is that Tomb Scorpion is about to die, and Cetra casted that Incarnation of Protection once again, so that's why I switched everything onto the Tomb Scorpion, trying to get rid of it immediately. And yeah, finally Nekahara Warriors arrived, and they're gonna chuck through this gap as well, and this unit is gonna chuck through this gap. So my opponent really did a very good maneuver, and just basically outmaneuvered my entire army there, which is pretty nice. Those miners got taken out quite handily. But the thing is, Scorpion is gone, and also Cetra is about to die. So that's a win-win for me. So now, I just need to invest all my ammunition on basically what remains of my ammunition onto those Shaktis. But hey, I still have a really healthy blob here. Consists of Lombias, Giant Slayers, Dragonbacks, Thorgreen, and Runesmiths, and they're gonna dish out a lot of damage. So right now they are on a mission to chase those Ushaptis. But hey, this one more Ushapti got summoned. It's just not looking good for Dwarfs, because there are 4 Ushaptis on the battlefield and 2 Nekahara Horsemen. Even though I took out Cetra and I took out Scorpion, but the odds are still not really in my favor. Slightly in my favor, but not entirely. Now, pretty much all my gyros are out of ammunition. Now they have to get some cycle charge going, just basically in and out, and you know, try to do some hurt. And now, yeah, all of them are out of ammunition. But now, just take a look at here. Gyros actually have 39 melee attack with great books of grudges, which is also very, very good. And they have 66 weapon strengths, which is not too shabby, by the way. It's not bad. And I just need to do some cycle charge, like put them out and back in. And as we talking, those Tomb guys are having a world of trouble fighting Lombias. And Nekahara Horseman is just dropping leadership all across the board. This Ushapti got basically blocked down because I casted a Rune of Wrath and Rune onto them, and they're gonna die here. And right now it's just a matter of grinding those Ushaptis down. with my Slayers and my Thorgrim and Runesmiths, and just let my Longbeast to absorb the punishment from the cycle charges. But I'm just gonna continuously do some cycle charges myself as well with my Gyrocopters to just basically tie those Naked Horror Horsemen up, because Gyros have 100 armor, even though they don't really have any melee defense, but Naked Horror Horseman doesn't do AP damage, which means Gyro is not gonna do too shabby against them. And here I finished off those with Shaptis, and now my opponent actually decided to forfeit. So yeah, this is not gonna be a textbook list you want to go into a matchup between Dwarfs and Tomb King. And in my opinion, if you play a top level Tomb King's player with Dwarfs, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna lose, because just because stuff like this kind of list is just so damn effective against Dwarfs. And Ushapti is super good, Scorpions super good, and War Sphinx amazing. And you don't really care too much about Tomb King infantry, because Tomb Guns are practically really shit, but they can perform amazing sometimes, but in general they're pretty shit. But also Naked Horror Horsemen, one of the most underrated units in the game in my opinion, because recently I played a lot of Tomb Kings, and they are so damn strong. And yeah, I could say that I kind of cheesed Scrible this game, but he did beat me twice with Tomb Kings against my Dwarfs, and I was like hopeless going into this third practice match. And hey, Jacobs are amazing if you don't bring Karens, and if Tomb Kings bring Karen, then it's a whole different ball game. But I still think that Thorgrim, especially with now the companions, the Gortrix and Felix, I think it's just gonna buff Thorgrim blob even further. And also I think Slayers, Giant Slayers with the Runesmiths and the Thorgrim combo, maybe plus Phoenix, is gonna be very strong and effective. And yeah, that's it about this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. For now, Orokaboss signing off.